This simple enrollment strategy that I am going to share with you, it's going to help you enroll a ton of more students this upcoming year at your studio if you implement it. My name is Hervin Alvarez. We own a company called Get More Students where we help dance studio owners with increasing enrollment, saving time, reducing workload. If you're a studio owner looking to grow your studio, subscribe to the YouTube channel because the type of content that we share over here is going to help you do exactly that. I share with you the tips, best practices, latest strategies that we are seeing with the current studio owners that we're working with. And I want to share those with you. So again, subscribe to the channel. So let's dive into this enrollment strategy that can help you enroll a lot more students. So before I go into the strategy itself, let me tell you a little story about one of our clients that was working with us. And so when we started helping this client, we turned on their marketing and they started generating a ton of interest of people who wanted to come in, check out our studio, parents who wanted to come in, take their kids to her studio. And I remember the first week, after the first week of us running her advertising, she had scheduled a bunch of trials for the following week. She had in one day, she had in the first hour, like 20 trials come in 1 hour. And then as soon as that class ended, the next hour, another 20 people, 20 parents came in with their kids. And out of that, I saw that she had those many trials coming in. I had seen the conversations going on in her software, and I was super excited for her. I thought, oh my God, like she crushed it. She got a lot of students that day. And I called her and I said, hey, how'd it go? Did you enroll are you 40 students up in just the first week of us starting to work together? How'd it go? I was super excited. And then her tone of voice, she was like, yeah, she wasn't that excited. And which just, first of all, what a bummer. So she was just like, oh my God, she sounded overwhelmed. She's like, oh my God, so many kids came in and we had 40 people. And then I was trying to talk to the parents, trying to deal with the kids. I've never had this many people come into the studio at once. And I asked, I'm like, how many students did you enroll? And she said 6. I'm like, 6 out of 40. That's obviously not that great. That's a very small, very low conversion rate, if you will. So, in chatting with her, I asked her, how come? Why only 6 students? And she's like, well, it's way too many kids at once. I didn't know. It was just me and my admin, and we were trying to figure this out, but we couldn't. And so I asked her, what was your enrollment process like? And this is somebody who's not used to having these many people come in. And so here's what happened. She was used to usually she would either get 1 or 2 kids coming in for a trial. So what she would normally do is, kid would come in, she would walk them to the class, give them a little tour to the parent, and she would have a conversation with the parent about the kid, ask them what was important to them, why they wanted to start dance lessons, find out all the things about the student, and then they would offer some coffee or something to the parent, and then after the class was done, they would walk out the kid out of the class. They would talk to the parent and ask them, what do you think, and have a little bit more of a conversation. And then the teacher or the person working there, I'm sorry, she would then take a picture of the kid holding this sign that said my first day of class. And then it's kind of like this thing that looked like an Instagram post or something. And then she would write a little note with something cute in it. And then she would take a little Polaroid picture. And then she would send the kid with this picture. And she didn't even try to ask the parent to enroll that day because she knew that if the parent saw the Polaroid picture and this cute note and like the message right after with it, and so then the parents would want to enroll. The problem with that is that when she did this when she tried to do this with 20 kids in 1 hour and then 20 kids the next, and like trying to talk to all these parents as if she just had one kid at a time, it didn't work. And so it was way too much work. It wasn't fast enough. The parents dropped off their kids. Some of them then came back, picked them up. She was trying to talk to each individual parent as a one-on-one conversation, and then in the meantime, the other parents came in, picked up their kids and took them, drove them away, and then they left, and she didn't get a chance to do all the things that she did. She didn't even remember what kid belonged to what parent so that she could send the Polaroid pictures. And so it was a long, complicated enrollment process that you just simply cannot do when you have that many trials coming in at once. And so when she told me that she was doing all of this, it was pretty obvious why she wasn't enrolling as many students. And so what we did is we simplified the whole thing. So what we did is we took her enrollment and literally just made it really simple. Parents would come in, they would then have to like register on the app, like create an account. As their kids were walking in, she would tell them like, hey, here's how you create an account. She would have them scan a QR code so that it would open up the place where we would create an account. And then she would say to everybody as a group, not as an individual parent, hey, everybody, if you sign up today, we'll waive your registration fee. So make sure that as you're leaving, you pass by the front desk so that we can get you registered, so that it's going to save you $50 on the registration fee. And treat everybody as a group. And then throughout the class, as the kid was dancing in the class, she made sure to remind everybody about the thing. She made sure that everybody was checked in and had like created their accounts and everything. So that way, when it came towards the end of the class, all she needed to do was just collect the payment information. And so the biggest tip that I have for you here is, number one, don't make your enrollment process so complicated so that whenever you get more new inquiries coming in and new people coming in to trial your classes, you end up losing people because you're talking to them one by one. And then second, have an offer that people could take advantage of that day, so that people are wanting to sign up that day. If you don't get people an offer that they could take you up on that day, they're not going to have any incentives to sign up. I mean, they might, but if you say like, hey, our spots are almost filling up, but what you want to do, this is something I don't see many studio owners doing, which is just when people come in, just try to enroll people that day and give them an incentive. Just say, hey, if you want to sign up, we'll waive your registration fee. We'll give you half off your registration fee. We'll give you this gift if you sign up today. Just plant it in people's mind that you want them to sign up that day. Give them an incentive to do so, and of course, ask people to sign up that day. So many studio owners are afraid that they're afraid that they're afraid to ask people to sign up on the day people come in. They think like, oh, I don't want to pressure people. I don't want to be like this like salesperson, like being too aggressive with the parents. When in reality, the parents know why they're there. They're taking their kids to a business, to a dance studio, and they know that if they want their kids to keep coming, they have to sign up. So it's not like you're tricking anybody by bringing up like by asking them to enroll. And so that's something that I don't see many studio owners do, because they're afraid that they're going to have people just like complaining that they're too aggressive or something. But that's just something that it's like one of the best practices you can have is trying to enroll people that day. Think about it in this way. The parents they took their time to drive to your studio, and their kid is dancing. They're seeing their kid smiling, having fun in class. They're seeing the other parents. They're getting to interact with you face to face. They're much more excited to sign up then, right there and then, and their trust with you is higher right there and then, and their willingness to sign up is higher right there and then than it is like much later when they get to go home, and then they're out of the fun environment from the studio. They don't get to, their kid is no longer smiling and having fun in class. Their kid might, stuff could be happening at home. And so the best place to enroll somebody is when they're there at your studio. That's when they're most likely to enroll. And so you definitely don't want to let people leave your studio without first asking them if they would like to enroll. And yeah, some people will tell you that they're gonna say like, hey, I need to think about it or whatever. Yeah, it's fine. You're not gonna enroll everybody right there on the spot. You still need to follow up with those who don't enroll later, but you're gonna have a much better chance of enrolling somebody if you ask them right there and then when they're at your studio. Okay, so again, just to summarize the lessons here. Ask people to enroll while they're there at your studio. Have an offer that they could take advantage of if they sign up right there and then. Give them an incentive to do so. The better the incentive, the more likely that they're going to sign up while you have them there. And then, if you are a studio owner that is like consistently generating new leads, new inquiries, you're getting a lot of trials, then you want to simplify your sales process, your enrollment process. You don't want to have like this like 20 step enrollment process where you're, doing all these things. If like you don't have the luxury to do, because you're getting so many people, which is obviously a great thing if you're getting a lot of people, but then you have to treat kind of like, instead of a one-on-one enrollment process, you kind of have to treat it as a group. So anyway, I hope those lessons are valuable for you. You definitely want to do that. Don't make your enrollment process too complicated. Have an incentive to sign up. If you've enjoyed this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a comment down below with the kind of tips and tricks and strategies that you want to learn when it comes to your studio. If you know anybody who could benefit from watching this video, share it with them. There's other YouTube videos here on our channel that are meant to help dance studio owners with growing their studio. So again, if you're interested, go check those out. Awesome. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye.